The left has been very upset this weekend, as you can imagine, as I'm sure you've noticed, about the news that there was no collusion. Rachel Maddow, I'm not going to bother playing the clip, but this has been going around online. Maddow on her show was basically on the verge of tears over it. They're distraught, very upset, depressed, angry. But think about what it is exactly that's upsetting them. They're upset that the president didn't collude with Russia. That's what they're upset about. Think about that. Mueller came back and said, there's no evidence. President didn't do it, right? Well, we should all be happy about that. I don't think I should even have to clarify this, but when you find out, if there was ever any doubt in your head in the first place, when you find out that the president did not collude with a foreign government to undermine our election process, when you find that out, if you are a person who loves America, if you're a reasonable person, a reasonable patriotic person, when you find that out, your reaction is going to be, oh, well, that's good. Great news. Everybody should be happy about that. That is good. That is objectively good news for everyone. But the Democrats aren't happy. And so if you're wondering whether these people really care about the integrity of our democratic process, whether they care about truth, if you were ever wondering about that, well, this should clarify it for you. That no, they don't care about that stuff because they wanted the president to have been guilty of this. They were hoping that it did happen. You may remember back when Obama was elected and there was a huge outcry on the left because Rush Limbaugh said that, I forget what his exact words were, but he said something like, I hope the president fails. That was the phrase that he used, taken out of context. And so Democrats latched onto that and they said, oh, how terrible. How could you be rooting against the president? Well, in the context, it was clear that Limbaugh was saying, I hope he fails in his agenda because I oppose his agenda. I think it's a bad agenda for America. I hope that he fails in carrying it out, which is a perfectly fine thing to say. And that's what you would expect the opponents of a president's agenda to say. But here now but the way that they misconstrued it is they said, oh, no, you're just rooting against America. I mean, you want bad things to happen to America. You want his whole presidency to be a disaster. That's what you want, and that's not what he said. But that really is what the left apparently wants. They are, again, which I'll emphasize for the fifth time, they are upset that the president of the United States did not collude with Russia and undermine our democratic process. They're upset, which means that they wish he did.